Marico. Huevón. Marico.
Mira, pero ven acá, no se metan para acá, no saben lo que hay que se queda pegado. Sí.
Marico, vamos a moverlo. Graba ahí, graba ahí.
Marico, tengo corazón mío.
Ya,
Ya, mañana.
Facts, bro, facts. Can you hear me okay? Can you guys hear me? Covering Venezuela right now.
Tengo el corazón a mí, pues.
Alright, cool. Insane stuff going on right now. I'm trying to find the best pages to show it, but let's see. Covering Venezuela right now. Alright, cool. Insane stuff going on right now. I'm trying to find the best pages to show it, but let's see. Alright, we got troops on the ground. We have actual troops on the ground in Venezuela right now. You can also watch from YouTube. Let me know if any of the audio's messed up. We got troops on the ground. We have actual troops on the ground in Venezuela right now. You can also watch from YouTube. Let me know if any of the audio's messed up. Yeah, there's definitely people running for their lives, like this video right here. I mean, listen, even if they fought back, it's not like they're going to be able to do much. The US military is just way too strong for them to be able to do anything like that. Let's see what else we got. We got flight radar. No U.S. aircraft operating at all altitudes in Venezuela for the whole day.
Sí, sí.
Tengo el corazón a mí.
No U.S. aircraft operating at all altitudes in Venezuela for the whole day. Yeah, Black Hawk Down, man. It's probably gonna be something like that. I mean, there's gonna be definitely some losses on the U.S. side, no matter what. It just has to happen. But I mean, listen, we are going to win this. There's nothing that Venezuela can do to stop this. Obviously, we have the upper hand in every situation. Now the question is, like, why are we doing this? And obviously, it's for regime change. But how much can we actually gain? Or how much are we trying to actually gain? You know. I'm also live on YouTube if you want to watch there. I don't know how much TikTok will allow for this to be up. I'm also live on YouTube if you want to watch there. I don't know how much TikTok will allow for this to I'm not gonna oil you, bro. Alright, let's see what else there is. So yeah, this is probably the biggest explosion that we've seen so far. Pretty crazy if you ask me. Yeah, this is probably the biggest explosion that we've seen so far. Now, if you have anywhere else that I should be looking at the news, let me know. But right now, I think Twitter's the main place. Stuff on Telegram's coming in, but you know, the coverage is about the same on Twitter. We still have flight radar, and if you know anything about flight radar, Venezuela uses it for their military, but nothing's up. They don't have that much of a air force right now. So let's see what else is going on right here. Let's see any new updates. You know, the coverage is about the same on Twitter. We still have flight radar, and if you know anything about okay, so we got attack helicopters shooting on Venezuela. So this isn't just Air Force. Just so you guys know. We already have the defense minister unable to be contacted. Crazy sign right there. Crazy sign. Helicopters shooting on Venezuela. So this isn't just Air Force. Just so you guys know. We already have the defense minister unable to be contacted. Okay, so Trump has not commented on anything yet about this, which is really interesting. You'd think he'd have made a Truth Social thing already, but he hasn't. So what do you guys think's going on? There's Venezuelan troops patrolling the streets. Now, how much do you think they're going to actually be able to fight back? I mean, as we see here, like, and I'm not going to zoom in all the way, but at least not for TikTok, but how much will they fight back? Usually when we're fighting a country of this strength, they give up pretty easily. They know they're not going to win, so and I'm not going to zoom in all the way, but at least not for TikTok. And there is reports that there are troops on the ground, by the way. How much will they fight back? Usually when we're fighting a country of it doesn't, this right here tells us that this isn't just going to be one strike. They're refueling, they're relaunching, they're going back to bomb some more. Hey, what's up? Like I said before, I'm live on YouTube as well. This is my X account. This right here tells us that this isn't just going to be one strike. They're refueling, they're relaunching, they're going back to bomb some more. Hey, what's up? Like I said before, I'm live on YouTube as well. This is my X account. We have tanks, we have Venezuelan tanks actively patrolling the street right now. the defense minister's home and the port have been targeted in these strikes, so people are dying, just so you know. Just so you know. Let's see what else, if there's any new updates. It doesn't matter how weak the Venezuelan armed forces is, there's a possibility that Americans could be killed tonight. That's true. So people are dying, just so you know. Just so you know. Let's see what else, if there's any new updates. Let's see from flight radar. Like I said earlier, Venezuela uses flight radar for their military, but right now no visible flight activity across the whole sky. Let's go look on flight radars. Flight radar. Like I said earlier, Venezuela uses flight radar for their. So as you can tell, there's like no flights that we can see happening in Venezuela. The closest ones are like all the way across the border. So, as you can tell, there's like no flights that we can see happening in Venezuela. The closest ones are like all the way across the border. Okay, so Venezuela is going down tonight. This is not a joke anymore. Like, this isn't a one-time strike. This is something where they're gonna want to finish all of this within the next probably 24 hours. Like, they do not want to keep this problem around, and is going down tonight. There's really no purpose to continue this. So I'm assuming Trump is gonna finish this tonight. Now let's see if there's any new updates. Okay, Fox News is claiming the unconfirmed U.S. invasion of Venezuela is for national security concerns regarding Hezbollah and Iran, which is really interesting because we have not heard of this connection before, really. We've been hearing that there's, the cartel as the main reason, but this is like a new interesting point. We have heard that the cartel has been working with terrorists, but we haven't seen that much proof of it. We've seen the strikes of the ships, the cartel as the main reason, but this is like a new interesting point. We have in the Caribbean, but we haven't seen anything against land targets or anything really regarding Hezbollah. So it's really interesting that Fox News is saying that. We have helicopters striking the ground in Venezuela too. Soldiers touched down in the capital? Yes. There's been reports that the U.S. Marines are there. So we'll see what happens. Pretty crazy stuff. And we at least have one report of one Venezuelan official not really coming in contact with anyone else. So we're gonna have to see if anything happens there. There is Venezuelan soldiers actively patrolling the streets, and Venezuela has been saying that there is CIA agents operating on Venezuelan ground for a while now, but we have not seen any actual footage of Venezuelan soldiers confronting anyone that's U.S. military. We haven't seen any U.S. military footage on the ground. Okay. Trump has ordered airstrikes on sites in Venezuela, including military facilities. That's now confirmed by U.S. officials. Obviously, we can see that by the footage itself, but we'll have to see if anything more comes out regarding that, because we're seeing the strikes, but there's no way this is the end of it for tonight. If helicopters are there, we know for sure that this isn't just for a little bit of things. This right here confirms that U.S. soldiers are on the floor. Footage showing a U.S. Army Chinook, which is a transport helicopter, And we'll look up this video here. We see explosions all the way across. Okay, from the airstrikes, obviously. You can hear the helicopters. You can watch on YouTube too if you aren't getting a good view on TikTok. And there's the Chinook helicopter flying over. There's 3 in view right there, and that proves that there's U.S. soldiers at least hovering above the area somewhere close. There's also another helicopter in the distance right there. Let's see if we can turn up the quality here. There's the Chinook helicopter. As you can tell, I'll pause the video. Okay, there's the explosions, and right here there's a helicopter in the distance. Now, we still want to know why this is happening now. Let's see. Local media channel in Caracas reports that the airstrikes have targeted the home of Venezuela's Minister of Defense, Vladimir Padrino Lopez. Okay, so obviously, let's see. Colombian President Gustavo Petro. Right now, they are bombing Caracas. Alert to the whole world. They have attacked Venezuela. They are bombing with missiles. The UAS and the UN must meet immediately. So obviously, Venezuela is trying to play this game of playing the victim. Now, whether or not that's truly the case, that's up to you to decide. Originally, we were attacking for cartel purposes, but as we see here, Fox News is reporting, and we will go take a look at this. So obviously Venezuela is trying to play this game is confirming that the unconfirmed U.S. invasion of Venezuela is for national security purposes regarding Hezbollah and Iran, which means that they're now claiming that Venezuela was working with terrorists. And I'm reading your comments on TikTok, and I am on YouTube, same name everywhere, also on Twitter. Usually I do funny stuff, but I like politics as well, so let's see what happens. You guys are saying don't like Trump, but hey man, I miss my country, man. Wouldn't be opposed to all this. I mean, listen, there's pros and cons to this. Obviously the cartel is a massive problem. No one should be supporting that. Now, is that the reason for all of this? I don't know. Venezuela has been saying that they would give anything they could to not be invaded, so Trump's reasoning for this is pretty interesting. Alright, let's see what Fox News is saying about this. Now, is that the reason for all this? I don't know. Venezuela has been saying that they would give anything they could to not be invaded, so Trump's reasoning for this is pretty interesting. Alright, let's see what... I mean, I don't know if Fox is going to show anything right now. Live coverage. Let's see. So yeah, so they're still reporting a little bit behind that the airstrikes are just happening. We'll come back to this. We'll keep it live just in case they get any more footage. Here is the flight radar of Venezuela. Obviously, all of it is shut down right now. Venezuela does use flight radar for their military, but obviously nothing is flying on their side right now. Alright, let's go see if there's any more footage. Here is the flight radar of Venezuela. Obviously, let's see. It's shut down right now. Venezuela does use flight radar for their military. Okay, we still got the same footage of attack helicopters hitting Venezuela, and Venezuelan President Maduro has declared a state of emergency, and he's calling on everyone of their country to defeat imperialist aggression. Okay. So, it's official now, we're invading Venezuela, and they have declared a state of permanent mobilization, which means we're officially basically at war. There's not really much to discuss with that. And here we have the explosion, the initial explosion of the port of Venezuela. Marico! With that, and here we have the initial explosion of the port of Venezuela. Just checking in with the most recent news on Telegram channels. That's usually where you're gonna find the best and fastest information. Maybe not the best, because there's a lot of fake stuff on there, but we see here that there's been airstrikes. There's definitely been airstrikes. We have yet to see footage of soldiers on the ground. Now, we have seen Chinook helicopters flying over this capital city of Venezuela, which means there are troops at least flying over. So, according to CPS News, we have officially invaded Venezuela. This doesn't mean just missile strikes. This means actual troops on the ground, but we haven't seen that yet. And here we see a civilian driving by an airstrike right here. This means actual troops on the ground, but we haven't seen
Ahorita se preguntan de la weón. Viene otro. Dale. Ahorita se preguntan de la weón. Viene otro.
Hold up, I think I just went offline on freaking TikTok. I'm trying to fix it. Let's see. I'll keep this video playing over here, but I just gotta... Okay, cool. We're still live. Awesome. Keeping this in the corner just so I can read the chat. Cool. Yeah, so we are most likely at war. We're not on an official declared state of war, but we have officially declared that we're invading Venezuela. Alright, I don't know why the live crashed. Make sure you sub on YouTube because that one isn't crashing. TikTok may crash this one because of what I'm showing. I'm not going to try to show too much violent footage on TikTok, obviously, if any at all. So just make sure to sub on YouTube because that's where I can show a lot more. TikTok may crash this one because of what I'm showing. I'm not going to try to show too much violent footage on TikTok, obviously, if any at all. So yes, guys, we are invading Venezuela right now. Let's check for more updates. We're going to be checking every couple minutes. We're checking our favorite Twitter accounts. Okay, look, here we go. More attack footage from Apache helicopters. Here you can see the helicopter, not good footage, our quality footage obviously, but they are launching missiles in the Venezuelan capital right now as we speak. Make sure to like the live as well, just so that we can get a little bit more coverage to people. Most people aren't going to be able to see this footage because you know, mainstream media doesn't really like showing these things. Here you can see some more. So you can see on the left and right side of this missile shooting, stuff like that. Yeah, it's pretty wild that we're putting helicopters in this situation when we have missiles, we have long-range capabilities, but it's like, why are we doing this like show of force? Like, who are we trying to show not to mess with us? Now that's interesting you say that because there was a report about an hour ago saying that we're telling Russian, U.S. citizens in Russia to immediately seek shelter and don't go anywhere. Okay, slight echo. Thank you for telling me. Thank you for telling me. Alright, tell me if that fixes the echo, let me know. Your family is in Venezuela celebrating. Bro, I hope they're okay right now. Please tell me they're not in the capital, because that's probably the #1 location where they're in the most danger. Okay, let's check to see if there's anything new here. Okay, seems like we still got the same helicopter footage, but we'll show some of the original explosion footage. Okay, look, right here we have wreckage, so this is where they shot at the port. Interesting. We'll play this video of the secondary explosion when they hit the I guess a military munitions site. That's what it looks like. Kind of same tactics with Russia invading Ukraine. Yeah, kind of. I mean, but when Russia initially invaded Ukraine, this is real footage. Sorry to tell you. But when Russia initially invaded Ukraine, they launched a lot more missiles, and there was a lot more devastation. Now, Venezuela is a lot of smaller of a country. This seems to be only the capital that they're targeting right now. So we'll have to see. Now, if the stream goes down, make sure you follow on YouTube. It's Jared on an Island. Same sort of thing. Same thing everywhere on TikTok, Twitter, everywhere else. Make sure to like the live on TikTok because, I mean, people don't really find it if it's not liked as well. Let's scroll down and see the original blast. Here we go. This is the capital of Venezuela, and there's missiles being launched everywhere throughout the capital. Now, not everywhere across Venezuela as we've heard yet, but I'm checking updates right now. Let's see. No new updates yet, but listen, there's missile strikes across the capital. They're not going to just let this happen. At least, not just for right now. This definitely isn't the end of it. And in this video right here, we see Chinook helicopters, which means there are troops in these helicopters. They carry 36 soldiers each. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, what are they doing? 6. Like, where are they going? We don't know yet. Are they going to the capital's government building? We don't know. There's explosions happening all around them. It looks pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. So make sure to like the live. This is pretty intense stuff happening. This is what people have been waiting for the longest time. Here's the initial explosions. Huge ones, huge rockets. Now they could be hitting military depots with ammo. They could be hitting, gas. Yeah, if it was Bagel Operator 1 on TikTok is saying if we keep air dominance, it'll be a sweep. Yep, that's what everyone's been thinking. I mean, Venezuela doesn't have that strong of an air force, so this wasn't going to be something difficult. Now the problem will be the aftermath of how recipient Venezuelan citizens are to this. A lot of them believe that their economic troubles are because of us, but they know that we'll save them from that as well, so we aren't too sure. What's up, Kev? Hey, Matt, what's up? About time they need done freedom. I mean, that's what the U.S. is saying right now, what they need. Maybe American-backed revolution. It's looking like it. Same thing with what's happening in Iran at the moment. It's looking like obviously this is like because of us. Now, is that a good thing or a bad thing? We're hearing reports from Fox News. Look, they're still behind. They're saying no confirmation U.S. carried out strikes. This is obviously not true. This is obviously not true. They were just saying that it happened a while ago. So, and here's the Venezuelan flight radar. Literally no flights across the board because all Venezuelan Air Force has gone off the radar, and America has said do not fly across Venezuelan soil for the whole day. And we can check Flight Radar's Twitter to confirm this, and US FAA issues a new NOTAM prohibiting US aircraft from operating at all altitudes in Venezuelan airspace for this whole day. Now, why haven't they prolonged this? I'm not too sure, but obviously no flights today, so obviously there's something going on now. They don't want to talk about it. So let's see. Alright, so the Venezuela's leader, Nicolas Maduro, has now released a statement. I'm going to skim through it. He's basically condemning what the U.S. has done, okay? And he's saying that it is against the United Nations, and he lists the articles that it's against, okay? Now he says the objective of this attack is none other than to seize Venezuela's strategic resources, particularly its minerals and oils, which is interesting because they've already offered to give those up. Okay, then he calls the US a fascist. Okay, interesting. Okay, now he's okay, this is interesting. Let's keep reading. President Nicolas Maduro has ordered all national defense plans to be implemented at the appropriate time and circumstances in strict adherence to the provisions of the Constitution and the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela. Interesting. Declaring a state of external commotion throughout the national territory. So what does that even mean? Is he declaring war, or is it's like almost declaring a right to defense? It doesn't really make sense to me. Here's footage of the attack helicopter. If you're just now joining in, we have attack helicopters hitting the capital as after a missile strike has happened. Okay, ask your question if you're watching. Ask questions. I'll try to answer it the best I can. Let's see. Late New Year's fireworks show. Make sure to sub on YouTube. If this live goes down, it'll be on YouTube. Make sure to like this live because you know, people can't find it without knowing. Congress must pass a declaration of war. Not technically true, Jared. Trump basically has a lot of say in what we can do. For the past 60 years, we've been going to war in the Middle East without a declaration of war in most cases. I'm not ending my live. TikTok just shuts it down randomly. So make sure to follow. I'm not trying to end it. It's like, I don't know if it's like the moderation or, you know, because of what I'm showing or what, but look. Venezuelan President Maduro has declared a state of emergency. He's calling on the people to mobilize to defeat imperialist aggression. Now, again, we have not seen any footage of any fighting on the ground. But okay, here we go. Venezuelan media reports that Nicolas Maduro's government is authorizing the use of military weapons by civilian organizations as part of the country's defense plan against imperialist aggression. Wow. Okay, so they're saying everyone needs to fight back. Everyone needs to fight back in that country, which is insane. They were handing out weapons the other day. We're going to see if we can get into their Telegram and see what else has been going on, because this is where a lot more of the footage is being shown. Now, we can't trust everything we see on here, but it is a lot more active footage. Like, here we go. More footage of explosions in Venezuela. Pretty crazy. I'm interested to see how the helicopters perform too. We'll probably see some better updates on War Thunder, I'll tell you that. I mean, I'm gonna make light of the situation because it's pretty crazy. This is gonna be devastating for a lot of people and for a lot of the stuff that goes on. See, here we go. The U.S. Air Force has deactivated all transponders. Not a single flight can be seen when this initially happened. Probably because they didn't want to see, you know, missiles flying in the air. Here we have attack and transport helicopters loitering above the capital. Now, was this just a show of force, or did troops actually land on the ground? We have not seen any U.S. troops on the ground on video, but we see helicopters that have been transporting troops over the capital. There's no reason for them to do that unless they landed, but we haven't seen yet. Now, I'm pretty surprised that their internet's still up, but maybe that's because it's a part of what exactly the U.S. government wants, to let people across the world see a show of force. And I'll keep showing video. We'll look at Fox News on a commercial break. There's no commercials here, so make sure to follow. Make sure to follow on YouTube too, in case this live gets shut down. It's already having rough connection, so make sure to follow on YouTube. I'm live there as well. Okay, I'm gonna read some more comments while we play another video. 1 second. I'm gonna play some more explosion footage from the initial blast. Here we go. And I'm reading the comments now. Make sure to like the live. That's the way that this gets seen by other people. Why do they keep taking the live down? Because there's bad connection. Wait, are the US helicopters? Yes, there's US helicopters over the capital of Venezuela. Exactly, war without a declaration of war is the norm. Yep, it's pretty sad to see, but that's how we operate now because we're not technically at war. Let me play another video for you. This is what the explosions look like right here, but there was air raid sirens, so maybe there was a warning or something. Very eerie noises. All to distract from the files, maybe, but I don't know. I think there's a bigger motive for national gain here. Military doesn't have to use the ADS-B transponders. That is true. First explosions. This is footage of the first explosions. SOF and the Chinooks, you want to explain what that is? I'm not hyped about this. I'm not hyped, but like, it's war. It's interesting to guys. Like, this is crazy stuff. This is interesting times. You know, this was bound to happen to a lot of people. People weren't expecting to know when this was going to happen, but it does make sense that it happened today. Since the start of the year, Trump has been kind of egging this on for a while now, whether for good or bad. Okay, Ryan says if we got Chinooks in the city, they got ground forces fighting right now. That's what I'm thinking too, but we have yet to see any footage of people on the ground. U.S. officials confirmed to Fox News that the strikes are happening. To anyone that says this isn't real, this is now confirmed by mainstream media, since apparently people need that to believe things now. Trump gave the Pentagon the green light to conduct land strikes in Venezuela days before the actual operation occurred. Interesting. But airstrikes in Nigeria against ISIS took precedence. Interesting. Okay, let's look at what Fox News is saying. They're still on a commercial break, and they're putting advertisements. Nice work, guys. Not like it's breaking news happening right now. A Chinese delegation met with Venezuelan President Maduro earlier today. It's unknown if they left the country before the attacks. That's crazy. If we accidentally take out a Chinese delegation or why they were there, that is going to be very interesting. Now, here's AH-64 Apache ground attack helicopters performing strikes on the capital. You can hear the missiles in the background. Alright, I'm going to read some more of the chats. Make sure to like the live, and if it goes down, same name on YouTube. That has not gone down yet. The TikTok live has gone down a couple times. It's Jared on an island, no spaces. Make sure to like this live though, because it's literally just double tapping, and also it helps reach, you know. Okay, this quality is so bad. I'm gonna find you guys better quality right now. Explosions. Let's see. This is from the initial explosions. Let's see if we can get a full screen video. This is the capital. You can hear it's quiet now. You're about to hear explosions. There you go. I can't open this any wider, but
okay.
I'm reading some more comments right now. We've been pursuing oil tankers for a while now, and they've been from shadow countries. Brian, you say the USA is done. I'm sorry, bro, but the USA is sweeping this. Like, this is just playing practice for them, whether it's a good thing or not. This is practice, really, for bigger things. Russia, China. You know, we're trying to keep what we call hegemony in our sphere of influence. That's probably why we're invading, most likely. Now, like I said, I'm on YouTube as well in case the live goes down. Sorry I have to repeat that, but like, I don't want people missing out on this. Okay, we're gonna refresh and see if there's any new breaking news. Here we have the Chinese delegation was there, and Let's see if we can get more footage of the helicopter showing. Here's the helicopter shooting missiles right into the Capitol. Okay. And we think that they've killed the defense minister, Vladimir Padrino Lopez. He's unreachable right now. He was their defense minister. CBS has confirmed these strikes. It's not fake news. Fox News, here it is. The U.S. officials have confirmed it carried out strikes against Venezuela. Flight radar, any new updates? I mean, Venezuela's been shut down this whole time. We look at Venezuela here on the map, we can't see any flights over Venezuela at all. And this is interesting because Venezuela uses flight radar for their air force. Like, you can actively see when people are up and about. Okay, let's look at OSINT. Okay, no new updates there. Rerum, these guys are pretty good at breaking news. The U.S. military is currently attacking Venezuela, so this isn't just missile strikes. This is a full-on attack. And let's have some more footage playing. There are reports of Venezuelan troops harassing anyone on the street that they think may be a target. If the live is still up, let me know. If you are losing the live, okay. If you're losing the live, make sure to go to YouTube because we aren't having good connection on here. We're not having good connection on the live. It keeps shutting down. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I'm showing something I'm not supposed to, but make sure to go on YouTube because the live there is not shutting down whatsoever. Yep, TikTok went down. Yeah. Thank you guys for showing up to the YouTube. This one isn't breaking down. Let me know if there's anything I can do to improve the quality of the live besides that. Anytime I get shut down on TikTok, I'm just restarting it right back up because I'm not getting any warning or anything. But here, we'll play this tank footage, but like, let me know if there's anything I can do. Yeah, hop on YouTube. No interruptions on there. For some reason on TikTok it's doing it. If you're on TikTok, make sure to like it as soon as you join. Okay. Yeah, I mean, YouTube does suck. I don't know what to tell you, man. Like, this is the reality we live in. You have to remember who TikTok's owned by now. I don't know what to tell you, bro. Alright, let's see. We're gonna look for more info. Okay. Yeah, Fox News is confirming we're officially attacking Venezuela. Make sure to follow on X too if you have a Twitter. I'll let you know what sites are best to get this news from. We got the helicopters attacking. Let's go back to that initial footage of the explosions. We got big explosions right here. This is probably the biggest explosion we've seen so far. By the high country, yeah. Yeah, bro. Delete the chicken banana. Listen, I post comedy on my TikTok, but I think I'm gonna get more into politics this year. This was the initial explosion of the Capitol. Okay. Yeah, what's that little tank gonna do? Nothing. Yeah, like, you know, some people say this is like, this is horrible. This is horrible. And listen, I'm reading comments on YouTube too, so make sure to leave a comment. But this is, you know, people want to live in interesting times. This was, look, you can hear helicopters, you can see them flying over. This is leaked Telegram footage, so. If you're on YouTube, drop a comment. I'm looking at the YouTube comments too, but I'm on TikTok. It keeps crashing. I don't know why. Maybe they don't want you to know about this. But yeah. Okay, here we go. New footage. Strikes against the 4F barracks in the mountains overlooking Venezuela's capital in Caracas, which houses a museum and the mausoleum of Venezuelan politicians, revolutionary and military officer Hugo Chavez. Okay, so they're attacking military structures now. People are going bye-bye. I'll say that. Venezuelan military are going bye-bye. This explosion proves it right here. So definitely, this is definitely, there's a line being crossed tonight. If you think these are just regular airstrikes, there's a line being crossed. What do you guys think? What are y'all thinking about this? Do you think that we're gonna see troops on the ground tonight? I think we probably will. I mean, those helicopter transports definitely proved it. Let's scroll higher and see what the initial strikes look like. Here's some footage of explosions that happened as the airstrike was happening. Can they retaliate? I mean, we don't know. There's been reports that there's sleeper cells, or you know, you don't know what Venezuelan nationals in the US could do. What could cartels retaliate? Could Russia or China help? Yeah, could Russia or China help? If you're watching right now, like the live so that it can go to more people, and make sure to follow because the TikTok live keeps getting shut down. YouTube has not got shut down yet. Same name, Jared on an island. Very simple to remember. Okay. Here's footage of helicopters flying over Venezuela. 36 troops can go in each Chinook helicopter. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All flying over the capital in this one line. 7, 8, 9. 9 times 36. Anyone know math off the top of their head? That's more than 20. I know that. And explosions happening around them. If you like Call of Duty, this is Call of Duty in real life. Yeah, there's too many for it to be special forces. I agree. I think it's Marines. This is crazy. Big Neo, you're right, man. On YouTube. Seems very likely it's a revolution backed by the US. Has there been any news about the Navy? Let's look.
Marico, llegamos a tiempo a la casa, yo. Marico, mira esa mierda.
I'm not seeing anything specifically about the Navy in terms of news that's happening right now with the Navy specifically, man. But I'll keep an eye out. Okay, let's see. More initial explosions. Oh, there's someone screaming. Jeez. That's scary, man. This is where we hit a refinery on the port. Like I said, YouTube's been shutting down this live, so, I mean TikTok has been, so go on YouTube if it gets shut down again. My YouTube is the same name, Jared on an island. Okay. Now I'm reading comments too, so sorry if I'm a little slow to click play on these videos. Now we've been taking shadow vessels that have been going to Russia and China and Iran that from Venezuela, because they're taking oil from Venezuela. We've been committing airstrikes on the cartel, but we heard earlier that there's reports the reason we did this is because of connections between Iran and Venezuela and groups in Iran. Okay, let's look if there's any breaking news. Okay, Fox News confirms the U.S. military is currently attacking Venezuela after multiple hours of awaiting confirmation. So they're officially bringing it out. And like I said, my name on Twitter is exactly the same, Jared on an island. Here is the better footage showing some of the damage. Let's look. Wow, so it looks like they were attacking the port. I don't know if this is like a lot of damage or it isn't. Like, it looks like they just hit, you know, something. Like, what were they aiming for? I don't get it. Have any of you guys ever been to Venezuela? I mean, people go there. And it's, what are the civilians doing? Are they trying to run, or, here's footage. We're hitting military spots, so there's definitely military members being hurt. We finna see another war before GTA 6. Yeah, and we're probably gonna have something to do in Iran here in a couple days too. If the US can do this much damage with no warning, it's scary to think a full war. That is true. This isn't a game. True. And that Chinese officials happen to be in Venezuela. Yeah, we did see reports of that earlier. I'll go show you right now. A Chinese delegation met with Venezuelan President Maduro earlier today, and we don't know where they are right now. We say when, yeah. Okay, let's look. Okay, there, yeah. It's confirmed that this is happening now. So let's look at that initial footage again. Let's go up to the first video we got of this. Now the first strike. The first strike was reported at 12 midnight, basically. And here's the first video we saw. Sorry if there's a lot of audio playing at once.
Okay.
Trying my best. You can hear the explosions here. Yep, the defense minister has not responded yet. We don't know if he's alive, honestly. Is this gonna be a full-fledged invasion? It seems so, but we have seen no videos of US troops on the ground. But they're hitting military bases, so something big is happening to an extent which this seems like it's gonna end. Seems like they want to end it today, but we don't know. Venezuelan and the US here, pretty wild, but we've been waiting on the dictatorships to go. Yes, are we tracking flights? Here we have the flight radar. Here we go. We're gonna refresh. All flights in Venezuela are just, it's off the radar. They've completely stopped tracking all flights here. And and the Venezuelan Air Force uses Flight Radar 24 for their Air Force, so we have no idea what's going on. We have no idea. But we know that the US FAA has said do not fly anywhere in Venezuelan airspace for the whole day. And we don't know if that's going to last permanently or what's going to happen with that. But yeah. No more new footage yet, but I'll show you some more helicopter attack footage. Here's a helicopter. Okay, if you're watching this live, TikTok keeps shutting it down. So make sure to follow, and I'm live on YouTube, and the YouTube one is not crashing. Okay, so if here's an explosion right here. Make sure to like this live too, because it's the only way it gets viewers. If it has high likes. I don't know why, but TikTok's like that. So yeah, if the TikTok goes down, I will restart it immediately, but go on YouTube and I'll be there too. Hey, thank you for the rose. Honestly, just don't send me gifts, just follow. You can send me gifts later. It feels weird getting gifts for war. I don't know, that feels kind of weird. Just follow, bro. I post funny stuff. I'm not usually posting stuff like this, but this is like interesting. The male brain loves seeing war. I don't know. Okay, here we go. A flight left Venezuela to Moscow. That is interesting stuff, because could that be Maduro? We don't know. Because he's probably gonna be the first one to leave. Like, he wouldn't want to stick around for this, because he's probably one of the first targets. Honestly, they don't really want to keep him alive. Here's footage of strikes on ports. If you're on YouTube, don't be afraid to comment. I'm reading comments there too. Let's see. I'll play footage so you can hear. Chinese president was just in Venezuela. I haven't heard that. I heard that it was Chinese delegates. It could be Chinese or Russian officials just trying to leave. US can invade Vietnam, Iraq, but when someone tries to stand their ground, it's a problem. That's true, but how are they standing their ground? By helping cartels or just trying to be an independent country away from the US? I mean, that's a good point. Okay, we're gonna look at more footage of what happened earlier. Attack helicopter shooting missiles. More helicopter footage. Now these are attack helicopters, AH-64s. I'll show you what they look like right here. These are what's shooting missiles in Venezuela right now. Okay, just so you know. Now, Chinooks are what's flying over that we saw, that we don't know if they're carrying transport, like they're transporting soldiers or whatever. It's like, here we go. Maybe they're getting US civilians. That could be one theory. Okay. Let's see if there's any new updates. Okay, let's see. I'm getting Zitter messages as well, so I will be reading that to you. Let's see. Here, we'll play some more footage of helicopter strikes. Ray Pete TND, he just wants to let you guys know that he's hoping for the best in this Venezuelan conflict. Make sure to follow me on Zitter, X, Twitter, whatever else too, because I post stuff on there that's usually breaking news or just funny stuff. I like to keep track of trends and make fun of them. This isn't a laughing matter though. I mean, the funny thing about this, I guess, is like, why are we doing it? Why does Trump want to overthrow the regime so bad when they are, oh, here we go. Relatively quiet now in Venezuela. The 160th Special Operations Aviation Regiment, SOAR, might have already went in and got out after completing whatever mission they carried out in Caracas, with the strikes appearing to be cover for an operation by the 160th, possibly the attempted arrest or assassination of Maduro and other officials in the Venezuelan government. So, was this just to, end the defense minister, or what? What happened to Maduro? Was his response ChatGPT maybe? Here's the explosion of the barracks. So maybe they were trying to get someone in there. Okay, I'm gonna read some of the comments now, so this is gonna play for a second. Okay, I'll check out that website in a bit, but right now I stick to Telegram. Wow, so it seems like US Venezuelans who live in the US, they really didn't like this government. Okay, if you're watching, make sure to follow, because TikTok's been taking down this live, and I'm also live on YouTube right now in case this goes down. YouTube has not gone down yet. YouTube has not gone down at all. TikTok has gone down twice now. I restarted immediately, but you never know. Now we're gonna look at footage of a civilian driving through the explosions right here. Trump did just meet with Bibi. Make sure to like this live, make sure to follow, because that's the only way this is gonna get seen. Okay. Here's the biggest explosion of the night right here. It seems like it hit a munitions depot, so that's why there's such a big explosion. Thank you for the follow, thank you for following. RuneScape gold prices are gonna surge. Maybe so, honestly, because there's bots in RuneScape. I like that reference, man. Make sure to follow me. You just joined them. Okay, we have someone who just joined the Marine Corps in chat, so everyone press F for respects, because this guy's being sent to Venezuela. Everyone, I want F spam in the chat, okay? Here's the helicopters shooting. I need an F from everybody for that guy who just joined the Marines, because he's going somewhere, either there or Iran. Come on, let's be honest now. Alright, now if you think I'm being disrespectful for laughing, I'm sorry. I'm a man. This is war. We get interested by this type of stuff. Like, this is just what we like. Fox News, at least 7 explosions and low-flying aircraft heard in the Venezuela's capital, Caracas. Flight radar still empty, all over it. These were the helicopters we saw flying over Venezuela, and they carry troops. So we'll see what's happening. It seems like there was a covert mission. Okay, this guy says this obviously was not a full-scale or even partial invasion of Venezuela, just a special forces mission with support strikes by U.S. Air Force and Navy. Now, you may think, oh, okay, so it's over. Okay, Venezuela has to retaliate, or they seem extremely weak. Now, how are they going to retaliate against America? Either they have to completely give up within the next 72 hours, or they have to retaliate. And we don't even know if Maduro's alive. But even if he isn't, wouldn't his supporters rise up? Or here's an explosion of the barracks, which is where they hold military soldiers. Or is this just to, you know, put in a different regime immediately? Okay, I'm reading more comments, and you guys are saying... Okay, we got the F spam, that's great. Apaches take out remaining SAM sites and other infrastructures while the 160th brings in special teams. That makes sense, honestly. Orders given for Christmas. Sorry, Patricia, but this is real life. Life is somewhat like a video game. We are not worth that much to the people in charge. Sorry to tell you that. Like, this is what happens. Like, we become fodder for those who control us, and for Venezuela, that's Maduro. For us, that's our government. 11 targets confirmed. There's videos of people celebrating it. Interesting. The girl in the video said they are attacking military bases, not innocent lives. I'm watching her. Okay, that's great. I would expect that. I don't think the U.S. is going to target random sites like that. It's just not a good PR move for us. Here's footage of the Chinooks that I was talking about flying over. That was probably carrying the special support teams. Chinese officials are in Venezuela. We don't know if they've left. So we don't know if they're there or not, but they were there earlier today. Hunger Games type of thing, word to my grandma. Okay. Is Maduro on his own, or is it the you-know-who's again? Honestly, bro, it's probably a little bit of both, but this is the US's thing of trying to gain a sphere of influence and trying to hold a sphere of influence on South America. They want to retain power, because if China or Russia was to get a foothold in Venezuela, that would be horrible for us. Military bases, yep, that makes sense. And this is the capital city. This is the capital city right here. Why did Trump do this? We're not too sure. It seems like they were targeting military infrastructure and trying to do a special covert operation, maybe to take someone out, or maybe to take out something important in Venezuela to install a new regime. So we don't know if that was successful or not, but it happened. Alright, let's take a look. Because this is the port, and we can see damage here as well. We can see damage of the missiles. Now, if you're watching, make sure to follow. Make sure to like the live. I'm live on YouTube in case TikTok ends this live again. It's already done it twice. My YouTube name is Jared on an Island. I'll probably make shorts about this, TikToks about this, YouTube video about this. And yeah, make sure to like, make sure to follow. I would appreciate it. Here we go. Let's look to see if there's any new updates. Alright, let's see. This is big news. Like, this is the biggest strike we've seen so far. Okay. Okay, here we go. We have breaking news. I'll play that. This is scenes from the strike, and Cuba is denouncing and urgently demands the reaction of the international community, which means the UN, against criminal attacks by the US on Venezuela. Interesting. Homeland or death, we shall overcome. That's what the president of Cuba is saying. Wow. Wow.
Dios mío santo. No. Vaya esto. Tira mía los misiles.
Marico, ¿lo viste? Los que están cayendo. La que son bucuanas. Cayó en la casa de Bucuana uno, mira, y hay otro. Ay, no. Mira, son otros. ¿Dónde? Para allá, no sé. Mío. Ay. Mierda.
Yo guys, if you're on YouTube, I think TikTok just went down, so I'm playing this video again while I fix it real quick.
Dios mío, en la casa de Bucuana, mira. Santo Dios. Vete para acá, mamá. Vete para acá, mamá. Homicida, cuidado.
Yep, we back. Like I said, that's why you gotta watch on YouTube, honestly, because TikTok keeps going down. Make sure to like it up again, because now we're at 0 likes again. Great. TikTok, man, come on, TikTok. We're trying to watch the news here, man. It's literally 2:30 a.m., bro, on TikTok. We're trying to watch the invasion of Venezuela here. This is big news. Here we go. Let's see what Fox News is saying. Commercial break. Seriously, Fox News, we're trying to watch world news here. Why would you commercial break? Venezuela's the whole entire airspace still shut down. Let's see what else. Flight radar. Let's update. Like the live because we're already back at square one, okay? Most tracked flight now. U.S. Force KC-135 aerial refueling South Puerto Rico. Let's go take a look. Is this it? What is this right here? Is this it? No. Is this it? Yes, this is it right here. Circling all the way out here. Jets and helicopter, well, probably not helicopters, but jets refueling, then coming back. So we may see more strikes tonight. We may see it. Okay, let's see if there's any more updates across the board. Make sure to follow if you aren't following, because TikTok's gonna take down the live. We are on YouTube. I'm reading comments there too, and I'm gonna keep saying that because I want people to know. Yeah, rip TikTok. Sub on YouTube if you're on. Honestly, if you're watching on TikTok right now, go sub on YouTube because YouTube's the best thing we got here. Okay. All right, let's see. Okay, we're gonna read the statement from Cuba again, and they're demanding the international community, which means either the UN or Russia and China, to do something about this because they feel it's an illegal attack. Go sub on YouTube, please. I'm begging you because this may not last. Alright, we're gonna look up and see if we can find any civilian footage ourselves on Venezuela. Now I'll show you guys what I do too. So here we have Twitter, and hold up, let me put this on here. And this is just the latest feed. You just look up Venezuela latest feed. You can see what everyone's saying. But you can just scroll through, maybe go to media. Here we go. Okay. So we got different versions of explosion footage here. Ooh, that's loud. We'll turn it up right there. Explosions all across Venezuela. I think we've seen 11 big explosions, and this is the scariest part. Special ops teams and Chinook's helicopters flying over and in Venezuela. They say they're done with the operation with this, but we have giant refueling aircraft still operating South Puerto Rico. TikTok keeps taking down the live. Go to YouTube and sub on YouTube, because the YouTube live does not go down. We've been live for 69 minutes now. Okay, so like on TikTok, follow on TikTok, of course. Don't gift. I don't want gifts for war. Okay, you can gift later if you really feel like it. And go on YouTube though. Okay, go on YouTube. Okay, I'm gonna read some comments now while this plays. We go into war chat or what? No, I don't think we will technically go to official war, but we are gonna probably commit some more strikes if we did not get Maduro today. Okay, can't wait to get drafted. You probably won't for this. This is easy for the U.S. government. We probably would for maybe Iran or China or something. Definitely China. They want Maduro's head. Yes. Should I sign my Navy contract regardless? Gonna leave in June. Well, do you believe we're doing the right thing? That's up to you to decide. I think you should really consider who you're fighting for in terms of, listen, Trump, I don't know, like, we don't know what to think anymore, honestly. Like, if you believe you're fighting for America first, then I would say re-sign your military contract. But if you don't, if you have any skepticism, don't do it. Don't die for some foreign country, is all I'm saying. Okay. Did you see the Russian doomsday radio went off? Something big is about to happen. I did see that. I don't think that was intentionally something that big that was supposed to be happening. I think it was, oh, look at this. This is not real. Sorry for even showing that on screen. That's not anything. This is real. Yeah, remember when he promised no new wars? We're technically not in war. That's all I'll say. Crazy how some American thinks the Venezuela government is nice. Well, listen, I'm not saying they're nice, but they've been surrendering everything they have to us, and yet we're still going for them. So we obviously want exact regime change. Make sure to like the live. That's the only way people find this, by the way. Yeah, so this is an initial explosion from Venezuela. We're going to look at some more breaking news. Okay. Ooh, new wave of U.S. airstrikes against Caracas right now. Oh my gosh. This is insane. So, like I predicted, round 2 is happening. New wave of airstrikes about to come in. Hopefully we get footage. Hopefully we can see what's going on and it's not just literally nothing. Okay? Okay. It's seriously, the TikTok live will go down again. It will go down. Go on YouTube and sub. I'm live on YouTube. Jared on an Island. Same exact name, no space. I'm also on X. I'm not live on X right now. But just go on YouTube and sub on YouTube. This is... Okay. Let's look. Okay, this guy says that nothing's happening, but we're getting reports that another wave is going to happen. Okay, Jared on an Island, YouTube. Okay, sub on YouTube. That's... Okay, here we go. We had a flight leave from Venezuela 41 minutes ago to Russia. Let's take a look at flight radar. No flights all the way around Venezuela. You say, okay, what are these things? They're commercial flights, but they're not going over Venezuelan territory. Now, this right here is the U.S. refueling aircraft circling south of Puerto Rico, refueling jets committing airstrikes on Venezuela. These other flights are just commercial flights. They're far enough away they know they're not in trouble or anything. We are getting reports that Marines are going to Venezuelan islands, but we have no footage of that yet, so we don't know how real that is. So whoever keeps saying... I need to figure out which one to mute on here. Okay, it's probably this one. Oh, never mind. Alright. Okay. If you're watching... Okay. Holy shoot. Alright. Let's look at some footage. Helicopter footage again. If you're watching on TikTok, like the live, then go to YouTube and sub Jared on an Island because the TikTok live keeps going down. I don't know why. Here we have helicopter footage. Alright, unmute the site so you can hear this. Alright, I'm gonna read some comments when I show another video. Here's helicopter, AH-64. I'll show you what the transport ones look like here in a second. Here we go.
Marico.
The heck is... Oh, this one. Okay. Here we go. This is what I'm going to show you I'm looking at right now. Okay. Fox News, commercial break again. I'm not having commercial breaks. Here we go. Okay. X. Okay. Then we're going to go to explore Venezuela. This is how easy it is to look up real news in real time. Okay, you can watch right here, of course, and see the news, but OINST, I think, Twitter. This guy has pretty good news updates, and then let me get it for you real quick. Rerum on X Twitter. Okay, for some reason it searched it up, but the heck. Hold on, let me get it for you. But here we have more footage of it. You can see it right here. Hold on, guys. I'm trying to get the same account that I was just looking at. It's probably in my history. I'll look at that real quick. Okay. If you are watching on TikTok, the lives keep going down, so make sure to go onto YouTube and watch there. Here we have, let's see if okay, this is the Air Force transport one again. Okay, look, if I do this, oh, never mind. Eyewitnesses say the explosion in Caracas have eased up, but there's still frequent noises from military planes over the city, so I don't think they're done yet. Oh, come on, we can't even watch the Fox News anymore? Seriously? Okay, well, whatever. More major diversions of civil flights away from San Juan and Puerto Rico as U.S. forces likely use the island to stage strikes on Venezuela. Interesting. Nicolas Maduro's location is currently unknown. However, at least some members of his inner circle appear to be safe. Okay, interesting. Interesting. Alright, let me put on. This is the aftermath of an explosion. I'm gonna read comments here in a second, guys. Just getting up more pages for you so that you guys can see official RN intel. Okay. What the? The heck? Okay, this is what I'm gonna do. Profile, likes, boom. There we go. Okay. Okay. Let's restart this thing, man. Let's talk about what's happening. Okay, if you're watching right now, Venezuela is being attacked by the US. Okay, there's been airstrikes and a covert military operation by special forces. We do not... Okay, so if you keep spamming, I'm not going to allow that. We do not know if this is the end of the strikes, but there were multiple strikes that happened. I'll show you the footage. There's been helicopters firing into the capital of Venezuela. There have been Air Force refueler jets circling South Puerto Rico to refuel. There have been military trucks from Venezuela patrolling the streets, as well as military from Venezuela's side. But we have not seen any U.S. forces on the ground from footage. But we're getting reports that there have been U.S. forces on the ground, but we aren't getting footage of it. So we don't know if the footage is being blocked or what. Here's explosion footage. All right, I'm reading comments. TikTok keeps taking down the TikTok live. Go on YouTube, it has been uninterrupted, and sub Jared on an island, no space. That's literally it. These are Chinook helicopters. They carry 36 troops in each helicopter, and we've seen at least 11 of them flying in the capital of Venezuela. Okay, so if you have questions, let me know. I'm reading the comments now. And you may ask, why is the Trump admin doing this? The original thought was because of the cartels. Then it's because of the oil, and that's why we took over shadow tankers that were going to Russia and China. Then now they're saying it's because of Venezuela's connection to Iran. All of these things could be true. I'm not saying that they're false. All of them have genuine concerns to them. Now, this is up for you to decide whether or not it's worth it for the American people, for our sphere of influence in South America, or is it not? This is the biggest explosion of the night. Will this affect the new Fortnite update? No. Now, this will affect the RuneScape economy because there's a lot of bots in Venezuela. Okay, I'm reading your comments, so ask questions now. W fireworks. Okay, that's crazy, bro. Sad. Yeah, that's sad. Holy gulps, bro. Yeah, my bad, bro. Sorry, my bad. I haven't drank water in 70 minutes, guys. Come on, I'm trying to cover the news for you. There's no ad breaks here. Can we get W gulps in the chat? My bad. Okay, we're gonna look at more explosions. This is at the port. We blew up munitions, maybe military munitions, in their port of the capital city, Caracas. Thank you for saying W gulps. Will Venezuela strike back? Okay, that is a good question. Venezuela has been offering the US everything it wants except for regime change. And we may have taken care of... Look, I don't know how well the quality is, but you can see helicopters flying across the sky here. He's zooming in. These little black smudges are helicopters. Now, they've offered everything except for regime change. And maybe we got those guys now, but we don't know. Now, I'm telling you right now. Thank you for subbing on YouTube. Thank you for being here on YouTube. TikTok keeps taking down the live, so just want you guys to know I have not broken the live streak on YouTube yet. Here's a video of more helicopters flying over. These are the transport helicopters I'm talking about. Venezuela won't touch the US militarily. Now, this is what I'm worried about. Will there be a Venezuelan national that supports the Venezuelan government, and then he crashes out on American soil? We do not want that, but that could happen. That's a real case of, people having national pride and wanting to get revenge. Here's more explosion footage from the original thing. Maduro probably is gone already. We don't know. We've seen a statement from the Venezuelan government, but already seeing AI videos mixed with real ones. Yeah, we saw some fake ones already. We saw some fake ones already too, but these are trusted sources. Okay. Sleeper cells, that's a good worry. That's a good thing, like that you are thinking of that. You got to be careful if you're out in public. We're in very strange times. If it's not this, it's Iran, or if it's not Iran, it's Russia, and if it's not Russia, it's China. Well, and if it's not China, it's let's just say the country that starts with an I. So we got to be careful here. Now, listen, there's apparently 235 of y'all viewing on YouTube, or I mean on TikTok. Like the TikTok, okay? Follow on TikTok, because I will just instantly re-go live if it goes down. But if it goes down on TikTok, listen, YouTube has not gone down. So go on YouTube, and I'm there, and I'm reading the comments there too, so you're good. I gotta spam because I don't know who's coming in and who's not coming in. Okay, after this video, we'll refresh the feed and see what new okay, if you're spamming in chat, I'ma block you, or I'ma stop you. Okay, don't say sus. All right, I'll mute you the entire live. There we go. All right, if you want me to re-explain what's going on, type 1 in the chat and I'll re-explain the whole situation. Okay, we're gonna refresh what's going on right now. Alright, so this is what's going on, and this is the breaking news. I'll read breaking news first, and then we'll go to the whole situation again. So breaking news is none right now, but they are saying a new wave of US airstrikes against Caracas, which is the capital of Venezuela, is happening now. Trump will probably do an official statement when everyone wakes up, so I'm guessing 8 a.m. East Coast time. So this is what's happening. We're doing a new wave of, or the first wave of ground strikes on Venezuela. There's been reports that we've already been doing CIA intervention in Venezuela on the ground, but now this is the US military. And as you can see here, we've done strikes on their ports and their capital city military installations. Not civilians, but military targets, as well as their defense minister. Now here's the thing. This is the first time we've done ground attack. And this is what we can consider the first time US troops have been on the ground. Now, we have seen no footage of soldiers on the ground yet, but we have seen Chinook helicopters that transport soldiers, okay? So are we going to war? Probably not officially, but like the US has been doing for the past 60 to 100 years, we'll go to the same thing we did sort of in the Middle East, where we have selective fights that we pick, and then we're probably going to reinstall a new government there. Now, it doesn't seem like we want to be as involved as we have been in the Middle East, but we still are going to be massively involved, obviously. So we're going to take a second to look for any new updates. Okay, Cuba's foreign minister tonight condemns military operations by the US government against Venezuela. So they basically are saying they don't support it, and they are doing acts of war against Caracas and other locations in the country, are cowardly acts against a nation that has not attacked the US or any other country. Now Trump is going to come back and say, well, they technically have attacked us via cartel support. Don't worry, you shouldn't be scared. Don't worry about that. Okay, so sites confirmed to have been targeted tonight. Military bases, main air base, probably why we didn't see any Venezuelan jets take off, main signal antenna, probably why we're not seeing as much video as we'd like, main port, and another air base. Interesting. The Senate Armed Forces Committee was not notified ahead of any potential military action taken tonight. Interesting. Now we're going to take a look at the flight radar, okay? Now we know of one aircraft, which is this one right here. That's a refueling aircraft, okay? That's what it's used for. And so jets have been going to this aircraft at South Puerto Rico, refueling, and then going back to Venezuela. These other flights are commercial flights. They're avoiding Venezuela. Trinidad and Tobago are is like a different country entirely, but Venezuela itself, no flights. Okay, let's take a look. If you're in Venezuela right now, yeah, why wouldn't you be? Okay, paramilitary soldiers are patrolling the area. Now, before I click play, remember, Jared on an island on YouTube in case this gets shut down, okay? Okay, so see, they're working with police forces, patrolling the streets, kicking down a door and entering, so I'm sure they're going after targets that may be helping U.S. intelligence or something like that, maybe. Colombian President Gustavo Petro has alleges the U.S. military struck the Venezuelan parliament building in Caracas, so we're definitely trying to take out actual government targets. Okay, now look, if you're watching on TikTok, go on YouTube, because any statements from Colombia or Brazil, no statements from Brazil yet. The Colombian president right here is saying that the U.S. military struck the parliament building in Venezuela. So we have room to believe him. We have room. Okay? If you're watching on TikTok, go on YouTube and sub there, Jared on an Island. Okay. Now, the breaking news is semi-slowing down. But is that because we are being, are they trying to keep information away now just because, they don't want you to know exactly what's going on in terms of what they're attacking, so that they don't have a preemptive warning now that they know something's going on? Or is it because they are just kind of done for the night? We're getting two different reports. We've got one report saying they're already probably done, and we got one report saying that there's a new wave of strikes coming in right now. We can see new wave of U.S. strikes against Caracas. Now, I'm not saying this is what's happening, but listen, this is what makes me think we're not done. Why would we let troops get on the ground, which we haven't seen no video of, so we're just assuming that? Why would we do that and then not finish the job? Okay, I'm reading questions now. I'm reading questions while I play footage of the explosion. Okay, if you want me to re-explain what's happening, spam 1, okay? Okay, so I'll explain to you guys what Venezuela has said in terms of a deal, okay? Because obviously we have never accepted a deal from Venezuela regarding this stuff. Venezuela has said that they're willing to give everything up as long as Maduro is still in charge. Okay, they said that they'll give us mineral rights, oil rights, but they want Maduro still in charge so that they have their form of government ran by what they say is their people. The US doesn't want that. We want our own people in charge. So this is why this is still going on, because maybe we don't believe that they're actually going to do what we tell them. Yeah, so the Minister of Defense, who is this guy right here, Vladimir Padrino Lopez, has been unreachable. We don't know if he's dead yet. I have not seen confirmation, but someone in the comments, Peppy Streams, is saying that he is. We'll see if he is or isn't. Okay, more footage of soldiers on the streets in Venezuela. Now, these are Venezuelan soldiers. These are not American soldiers. Yeah, we are most likely doing this to secure a sphere of influence in Venezuela. I'm gonna look at the news and see if let's see if that's true. Okay, let's look up Venezuela, and then this is how you guys can do it too. Tools past hour. Okay, you can see what's new. CBS News, NPR, routers, but even just looking up Venezuela on Twitter and then going to latest, you can see what people are saying. I mean, most of this is going to be dumb stuff, but if you go to media, now listen, there's going to be a lot of fake stuff in here. Like, obviously this image is AI and this image isn't real, and there's a lot of trash on here. But you can probably see some real footage somewhere, I guess. Like, this is a real video. Okay, this is the biggest explosion of the night. Okay, we're gonna look it up in a second. Okay, if we look up Padrino Lopez. Okay, so we're seeing that his home may have been targeted during the bombing. Yep, so I'm not seeing anywhere that he's necessarily dead. Nothing showing up, but we'll see. Alright, let's refresh and see if there's any new footage. Okay, so yeah, this is the newest footage. It's soldiers on the street. Alright guys, if you're on YouTube right now, the TikTok just went down, so yeah, I'm going back live on TikTok. Give me 1 second. I'll play another video for you of them raiding houses on the street. 1 second. Yeah, thank you for coming from TikTok. Thank you very much. Checking to make sure I'm live. Awesome. Yeah, thank you guys for coming back. I mean, like, this is pretty crazy what's happening right now. This is what I'm saying. That's why you need to go on YouTube and sub to my YouTube, Jared on an Island, and it has not gone down there. That's a good, honestly, not Vincent. That's a good statement. Honestly, I will do that later. I definitely will. Not now, but later I will. Let me check my TikTok notifications just in case I'm getting like striked or something. I don't really want to be. Let's take a look. Boom. So yeah, YouTube. If you're on YouTube, the live isn't going down. If you're on TikTok, like the live, because it's gonna go down again and again, and you want people to come back, right? Okay. Alright, let's look at initial explosion footage again. When this first started happening. These were the initial explosions right here. Pretty crazy stuff. Pretty crazy stuff, honestly. And like, you know, let me just make sure nothing's happening. Alright, awesome. Yo, thank you guys for the follows and stuff. Thank you, I actually appreciate that. I literally, as soon as I heard about this, I was like, I gotta get up and just stream this, because this is crazy stuff. This is crazy. And listen, it's not a good thing this is happening. War is never a good thing. But you know, you don't want to that we live in interesting times is all I'm gonna say. You don't want to miss this type of stuff. Here's helicopters flying over. Okay, so you guys in the comments are saying that Padrino Lopez is gone from Earth, so I'm gonna believe you guys. I mean, that's who they were targeting, it seems. But why wouldn't they go after Maduro? Maybe it looks bad if they outright, you know, end him. Here's an explosion. They will not attack U.S. soil back, okay? I have people asking that question. They won't do that because they're not strong enough to. They can barely get their Air Force off the ground. Flight Radar, which is a civilian flight tracking system, can see Venezuelan Air Force because their technology is so outdated. Now the US has completely hid everything, which means we know exactly what they have that's up in the air. And here, right here, is one of our military aircrafts, a refueling jet, as you can see from this top left corner. It's been refueling jets and probably whatever else to do more strikes on Venezuela. So we're assuming this still happens. Okay, I'm reading more comments, guys. There's a lot of you guys now, so I'm trying to... Listen, I'm new to this. So make sure to follow. If you're watching on TikTok, the live has been going down. So go on YouTube, Jared on an Island. Same @ and it has not gone down there. There's Venezuelan soldiers on the ground, paramilitary, not police. Okay, cool. Venezuelan defense minister, Padrino Lopez, is gone. Okay. Someone said no casualties have been reported. As of yet, no, but obviously someone's gone. That's all I can say. Yeah, this is a live event. Alright, we're refreshing for new footage. Okay, here we go. During tonight's operation, multiple strikes targeted Cerro El Volcan, one of the highest mountain peaks overlooking Venezuela's capital of Caracas, which holds a vast majority of SATCOM and other communications infrastructure towers for the city, including the main signal antenna. Now, the question is that just for military, or is that why we're not seeing more footage? Because you guys may say, oh, all the strikes have stopped. Oh, my face cam was in the way, my bad. Well, you may say, oh, all the strikes have stopped. You don't know that. Just because we're not getting new footage doesn't mean things have stopped. It just means that maybe their internet has cut off. That's what happened in Ukraine. It was very hard to get footage of what's happening when, you know, their internet's completely down or their satellite's completely down. Now, I'm gonna say it looks like it has stopped. We haven't seen any new reports or from sources or anything like that. So I'm gonna be honest with you guys. It does look like we have stopped. We are not at war because we're not in an official war. At least we probably won't be. We will keep hitting them probably if the regime doesn't change, probably within the next 72 hours, or we don't get some sort of statement. That means we got to get more people. We got the defense minister. We didn't get their leader, who is Maduro. We got their defense minister, so we'll see. Okay. Yeah, they're controlling the flow of information. Marcus, you're exactly right, bro. Yeah, they may be censoring me on TikTok. I don't know. How many other people are covering this right now? Let's look. So we had helicopters there. They were doing helicopter strikes, as seen from this video I've been showing. So it's been pretty intense. There was a special forces team there. This is a Venezuelan armored vehicle. Okay, there's a lot of them moving throughout the capital. A lot of military from their side. We haven't seen any footage of our military guys on the ground, but we have seen explosion footage like this. Okay, I'm reading comments, so let me know if you have any questions right now. What's gonna happen to the Venezuelan baddies? Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Alright. Did they attack again? So far, no. There's been the main attack of missiles, then the helicopters that we've seen move through the area, but we have not seen that new wave of attacks that we heard from. Okay, why are they targeting someone? Because we have a feud with Venezuela right now over oil and mineral rights, cartel, and their connection with Iran. Is Venezuela planning on striking back? We don't know, okay? And now here's the thing. they're too weak to do anything in terms of their military, okay? But could there be someone that's crazy and be like, I support Venezuela, and go into like the American public? Maybe. Someone said second wave is happening right now after the internet cut off. That could be the case. They could be doing way more now, or they couldn't. We haven't seen any more updates, even of the aftermath. I mean, I'm sure everyone there's taking video, but we haven't heard anything. So that's why I'm thinking there may be an internet cutoff. It just doesn't make sense why we haven't seen anything yet. Okay. No senior Venezuelan government official or military officer has made a public appearance since the start of the explosions. The government broadcast an address on all television and radio frequencies, in which a state television journalist read out a statement condemning the attack. Okay, this right here is telling me that they knew the U.S. was going to attack at some time. They give a statement to all of their news media, and the news media is reading out the statement. That means either those officials are gone, they're bye-bye, or they're all hiding somewhere. They knew this was going to happen. Everyone knew it. Okay, the U.S. has removed Venezuelan Defense Minister Vladimir Padrino Lopez. It is confirmed now. Like you guys were saying in the comments, you guys were right, of course. They were not notified. The Senate Armed Services Committee was not notified that this was going to happen. Okay. Now this may be bad for Trump because yeah, they'll say, well, you don't have the right to do this. But as we've seen in the Middle East, this is common for presidents to do. Okay, I can't check out another live right now. Sorry, man. Yeah, no new information from flight radar except for this jet, which is a refueling jet, has been flying. Oh, I'll move my head cam so you guys can see it too. This jet right above me is refueling aircraft as we speak, right under Puerto Rico, and it's still there right now. It's still just flying around in circles. All Venezuelan airspace is closed. All of it's closed. All these flights that you see around it are just regular commercial airline flights. They're being told to avoid Venezuela right now. Okay? Alright, now look, I'm going to read YouTube comments. If you're watching on TikTok, the live keeps going down. Okay? YouTube has been up the whole time. So follow on YouTube, sub on YouTube, Jared on an Island. Jared on an Island, okay? It has not gone down. Okay, I'm reading comments on YouTube. I'm curious about the Special Forces teams. I feel like all of this was possible with ordnance. What's the need for boots on the ground? Well, because honestly, missiles aren't, like, still, even to this day, unless you're using the most expensive missiles and you know exactly where the person is, you got to make sure the job's done. You got to make sure the job's done. Now, I kind of agree with you. I feel like we do have the technology to do that. So why? Like, I'm not too sure, man. I'm kind of asking the same questions. All right, let's look at more initial explosion footage or just aftermath footage. Let's see. So this was the biggest explosion of the night. Thank you for coming from TikTok to YouTube. Special forces are grabbing more intel at the Capitol. Maybe. I mean, is that needed? I don't know. Is this for democracy? I mean, we'll say so. We'll say it's for regime change, for democracy, because there's a fascist leader in Venezuela. Now, is that the case? That's for you to decide, man. Yeah, we let it rain on them. We let it rain on them. Maduro is the main head of the cartel. Maybe so. I mean, that's disputed according to what I've seen, but I don't know. Now listen, we are not attacking civilians. Okay, don't get that confused. We're not doing that. These are all on military installations in the capital. And these are the helicopters we saw. They carried 36 troops each. We saw about 11 of them fly over the capital. These are Chinooks. Okay. Let's refresh again. Alright. ask more questions in the chat. I'll play some more initial footage of those missile strikes, but so far we're not seeing anything new. We're not seeing any, and we don't know why not. I mean, there should be so much footage of people just recording fires and stuff, but we're not seeing that. Okay, people are in the streets in Caracas. No idea if they're trying to leave or what. Yeah, I mean, they should be trying to leave, but they probably don't know what to do. That's the sad situation about these types of events. It's like civilians, like, okay, imagine if your city got attacked right now. Like, what would you do? There'd be too many people trying to leave. There'd be too much traffic. People wait until the last second to think about what to do. That's why you should have a plan. That's why you should always have a plan. Talk with your family. Be like, okay, if this event, if such and such happens, where are we going to meet if we aren't together? What are we going to do? Like, are we going to bunker down or what? Like, honestly, the best thing for a civilian to do in Venezuela right now is to bunker down and not do a single thing. Just wait inside. The U.S. isn't trying to attack random civilians. It's more economic zones and military zones that don't have people in them, since it's the middle of the night right now. Okay. And okay, so this started at 12 o'clock at night. It's now 3:13. Okay. Let's look. This was AH-64 Apache attack helicopter striking a base in Venezuela. Okay, if you're on TikTok, the live keeps going down if I show certain footage. So go to YouTube, which is Jared on an Island, and sub there, because I'm live there and I'm reading comments there as well as on TikTok, don't worry. But listen, it goes down on TikTok. This is an aftermath of the port. Yeah, it's fine for now, but this is the 4th time I've restarted it, and every time I restart it immediately, but just in case. Okay, someone says they're all celebrating, bro. Okay, I mean, we don't know. Domino effect to launch into a bigger war, that is true. Okay. That is true, because there were Russian... Oh, wow. Okay, Venezuelan Minister of Interior, Justice and Peace. I'm gonna just call him Mr. Cabello, okay? He's gone. He's a goner. So that's 2 now. That's 2 people, the Minister of Defense and the Minister of Interior, Justice and Peace. So it seems like they're getting everyone right now. We don't know where Maduro is. Maybe he's in Russia or something. Okay, let's look. I'm trying to show you guys video footage just because that's like the best thing to look at, honestly. I'll play that right there. Okay, I'm reading more questions. There's a lot of you guys, so I'm trying to keep up. Are there currently troops in Caracas? We saw Special Operations Chinook helicopters which transport troops flying over Caracas. We have not seen any video of American soldiers on the ground, but we've seen Special Operations fly over. Okay, just because you saw Maduro on television doesn't mean it's not pre-recorded footage. Okay? Someone says he was driving to safety. That could be the case. Here's helicopter footage. You're 100% sure foot on ground. Haha. Maybe. I mean, I would expect some sort of footage. This is Venezuelan military right here. So we have 2 confirmed official government goners, I will say that. No Venezuelan government official or military officer has made a public appearance since the start of the explosions. So anything you're seeing might be fake or might be old, okay? If you look up Venezuela on X, you'll see a ton of fake footage. There's some real footage, like this. But a lot of it's fake. Sorry, I didn't mean to cause this, guys. Yeah, you're good, bro. You're good. Does this mean you don't have to work? Sadly, it probably means you're gonna have to work more, at least for a little bit. This isn't gonna be, you know. Look, there's a Chinook helicopter flying over. Multiple. and the live on TikTok went down. If you're coming from TikTok onto YouTube, let me know. Say hi, sub. Yeah, I would appreciate it if you sub on YouTube. That would be great. I'm gonna go back live on TikTok now. Hold on. Boom, boom, boom. Uh-oh. I think my TikTok live just got banned. I'm not too sure. We'll see. Yeah, okay. If you're on YouTube, just give me 1 second, okay? We're still gonna cover this on YouTube. Okay, hold on. Interesting. Alright, guys. Yo, yeah. Yeah, make sure to sub if you're on YouTube, guys. This is apparently the only place I'm live now. I'm gonna keep refreshing, but let me just check my TikTok live access, because I think I just got banned, guys, for reporting the news. Let's see. Doesn't look like it, so we'll see what happens. But ask questions, I'll let you guys know. We'll go live on maybe X instead. Let's see.
Se escuchan helicópteros, son las 1:58 de la mañana.
You know what I can do? Okay, guys. Reading the YouTube live chat now. Wow, there's a lot of you guys. Okay, let's see. U.S. Embassy in Colombia has issued a shelter-in-place order for Americans currently in Venezuela. Little late, don't you think? I mean, I guess it's just Iran just posted a statement. Okay, someone in the comments just said that. I'm reading comments on YouTube, guys. We'll look at video. Any new video? Okay, no new video on here. We're still seeing the same sort of explosions from earlier tonight. I mean, we're not seeing any new footage from anywhere. Now let's see if we can find some, because there's got to be some, right? I mean, we're not seeing anything. I'm sure there's an internet blackout or something. There's got to be. Let's go to the original footage of when this originally started again, and let's see what we can see. So this is the initial.
Marico, tengo el corazón pillado. Ya, vaya bien. Sí, sí.
Give me about 3 minutes, guys. I'm gonna reset my live on TikTok as well.
Muriéndose.
Vamos a caminar,
Okay, let's go to the next video. Oops. Okay, so this is a port explosion that happened earlier.
Invisible, mija. Boom. Sí, míralo. Dios mío. En la casa de Bucana, mira.
Pretty crazy stuff. Now, we've seen reports that this is still going on. We've seen reports that it's over. We don't know yet. There's screams, bro.
Dios mío santo. ¡Barato! Tía, mira los misiles. Marico, ¿no viste los que están cayendo?
La que son bucanas.
Cayó en la casa de Bucana uno, mira, y hay otro.
Ay, no.
Mira, son otros.
¿Dónde?
Allá, para allá, no sé.
Okay.
Mierda.
1 second. Oops. Make sure to sub, guys, because we don't know how long this is gonna be going on. Cool. Boom. Boom. Okay. Boom. Cool. Cool. We got it all figured out now. All right, we're reading YouTube comments now. Okay, next footage. Here is helicopter strikes. That's only 13 seconds. Let's get a longer video here for you guys. Let's see. That's the original explosion. We've already seen that. This is the biggest explosion of the night, okay? In case you haven't seen it. Yo guys, welcome back to the YouTube live. Or I mean the TikTok live. Yeah, the YouTube is the only one staying up. The TikTok one, it keeps going down. Make sure to like the live. Make sure to follow. We're staying up probably for another hour just to see if anything happens. I mean, we haven't seen anything. Okay, reading TikTok comments. Or I mean YouTube comments while I refresh the news. Okay. TikTok algorithm has been acting weird lately. Yeah, because it has new owners. Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah, we knew this. Interior Justice and Peace gone. Interior Justice and Peace and Defense Minister both gone. I didn't get banned. For some reason the restream which I was using just kept kicking me off. Now you say you're celebrating. Why are you celebrating? I mean, Lopez didn't address. It was probably pre-recorded. Oh. Apparently I'm muted. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Okay, can you guys hear me now? Cool. Let me know if you can hear me, guys, on TikTok. Type 1 if you can hear me. Okay, I'll see if the audio is working for the videos as well. Let me know by pressing 2. Okay. Oh, Trump released a statement. Okay, let's play video first and then I'll read the statement. Okay, can you guys hear this? Press 2 if you can hear it. Awesome. Okay, we're gonna read Trump's statement, which just came out. People are saying Cabello did not die. We'll see. We're getting mixed reports. Listen, all my information is not going to be 100% correct, but this is coming from good sources, okay? Okay, we got it right here. Trump's official Truth Social statement. Hopefully you guys can read it. Okay, we got: the United States of America has successfully carried out a large-scale strike against Venezuela and its leader, President Nicolas Maduro, who has been, alongside with his wife, captured and flown out of the country This operation was done in conjunction with U.S. law enforcement. Details to follow. There'll be a news conference today at 11 a.m. at Mar-a-Lago. Thank you all for your attention to this matter. President Donald J. Trump. Wow. So there was troops on the ground. They literally went in and arrested the president. What the heck? Oh my gosh. So those troops, those helicopters, exactly what I said, were carrying special forces. Wow, you guys, a lot of you guys were right. They took a whole president and his wife, bro. Wow. Okay, like this live to prove you're here. Follow, because we are definitely going to watch that conference tomorrow. Follow, and especially on YouTube. Go to YouTube and sub on YouTube. Okay, wow. So those helicopters... Oh, okay, so just in case you don't know what's going on, I'll re-explain. Okay, and I'm going to show you footage of everything that happened. Okay? From the original footage. Okay, 12 o'clock midnight. 12 o'clock. Missiles go from islands in the Caribbean that we control with our military, okay? And they go from those locations all the way, probably from ships too, to Venezuela, okay? 11 huge explosions. 11 explosions land in the capital of Venezuela, Caracas, okay? Boom, they're hitting military installations. Boom, 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 okay? And a special forces line of helicopters comes in. We're gonna look at the explosions first, okay? All of these explosions are happening, okay? Imagine you're a civilian there. Everything's going off, and then you hear helicopters overhead. Not only transport helicopters, after all these things around you blow up, there's also attack helicopters coming in. You see explosions off in the distance of the military bases you probably drove by every single freaking day. And you know, everyone probably knows someone in the military there. The port that you go to, that you drive by when you go to the beach, is blowing up, okay? Literally everything around you is blowing up. And you just stay at home. You can't leave. If everyone tried to leave, there would be too much traffic. You see helicopters, black little dots in the sky, fly over you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You think, am I being invaded right now? This happened from 12 to now, okay? 12 at midnight Central Time, okay? All these helicopters fly over, and you don't even know what's going on, okay? Now, the U.S. military is invading Venezuela. It's official. They also strike against islands that host military installations. All the Air Force goes quiet. Okay, my live just got restricted, so if you're still watching on TikTok, make sure to like, because apparently it just got restricted. Okay, watch on YouTube. Jared on an island. Okay? It's literally the same thing. Okay? All of these things are happening. Chinooks carrying soldiers, as you can see right here, are flying over. And you don't even know what's going on, but what's going on the whole time is these special forces are going into the presidential palace, I guess, and capturing the president and his wife. And they end the defense minister and the interior of peace and some other stuff. We'll reread his title. All these explosions are happening. Okay. The military's on the street. Tanks are driving through the streets. They're knocking down people's doors that they're suspicious of. Okay. This is literally the third day of 2026, by the way. There's an Air Force Strato tanker, which refuels jets, circling the air. Let's see if it's still up right now. Yep, it's still there. It hasn't gone anywhere. So we don't know if it's over yet. It's not over till it's over. They can't find the defense minister, okay? We see helicopters shooting in the streets. Attack helicopters coming through, shoot in the streets. Okay. And then we see more helicopter footage. Okay. Now, then we see more soldiers, police forces in the streets, Venezuelan paramilitary doing door-to-door knocks. All right. We don't even know. They're probably just telling people to stay indoors. Then it comes out Defense minister, gone. He's gone for good. Okay? Then it comes out, Minister of Interior, Justice, and Peace, gone for good. He's not coming back. Alright, here we go. Trump says that they've successfully carried out a large-scale strike against Venezuela and its leader, President Nicolas Maduro, who has been, along with his wife, captured and flown out of the country. Where is he going? He's arrested, as according to law enforcement. So, okay, this is footage of a airbase being hit. Wow, that's crazy. Okay, and then this is movement of Venezuelan troops to eastern Caracas. So these are troops moving. They probably thought they were being invaded. No, they did capture him. That's what Trump is saying. They're saying they are captured. Okay. Okay, YouTube comments. Yeah, if there were guards, they're gone. You can see your family again. You haven't seen them in years. That's great, man. That's great. Hopefully you can. I mean, why couldn't you before? Okay. Yeah, they most likely took down their communications first and went for Maduro. This is Trump's statement right here. Let me know if you guys can or can't read it. Go on full screen if you're on TikTok, or go to YouTube and you'll be able to see it there. Google probably isn't going to update until they have some actual confirmation. People will try to update it themselves, but they won't be able to if they don't have physical confirmation. But we're trusting, Trump and intelligence sources. Yeah, I wonder if there's footage with American troops too. I mean, you would see it here. That's the thing. Wow. Okay. Okay, so the vehicles that we saw, they were going towards the presidential palace to protect Maduro, but it was probably already too late. They probably already captured him. Trump wouldn't lie about the capture because that would look so bad if he wasn't able to capture him. Let's see. Let's refresh over here. If you're on TikTok, tell me, were you able to find this even though it's restricted, or have you guys just been watching? Make sure to follow on YouTube because my TikTok live is restricted for some reason. Okay, cool, you found it. Nice. Okay, so this guy is saying the real question is, was Maduro at all in on the planned operation, and will he be brought back to the United States? So nobody knew where Maduro was. What? So maybe he's in on it. Wow. Clip volume is too loud. Okay, thank you for letting me know. Yeah, Maduro was taking everything, guys. Wow. He's alive and he's probably being flown to the US right now. Wow. That's crazy, guys. Jeez. Okay, let's see any new updates on anything. Yeah, that might be all the footage for tonight, guys. I mean, listen, do you guys want me to go live and do the stream of Trump's announcement too? Would you guys like that? Or you guys could just watch it on your own if you want. Okay. This was a strike on the ammunition depot. This was the biggest explosion of the night. Okay, I'll make sure to go live when Trump does his thing. Wow, that was the coolest explosion, honestly. That was really cool. but that was crazy. Like this is the thing, and I'm gonna talk about my opinion on Venezuela real quick. The fact we have to do this isn't a good thing, but I can understand from an American first perspective that we want control over our sphere of influence on South America. It would be extremely bad for us if we let China or Russia have influence over Venezuela, and they have for a long time. Yeah, people are scared because they're not used to this. People are scared because they're not used to real world events happening in front of them, or you don't know what. Okay, we live in a very diverse country. Okay, there's people who love Venezuela living here. That's not bad of them, but you don't know who maybe is like a Maduro loyalist. What did Maduro do that's bad? That's the question. He himself has put out public statements saying he'll do anything the U.S. wants, but the U.S. doesn't want him in charge. He's been friendly to Russia and China, and that might be too much as it is for our government to allow. But this is the question, like, is it worth it? I don't know, honestly. I don't know. We need to think from an America first perspective. Obviously, Iran is not in our best interest. That's probably why we're trying our best to hold off, but we're being influenced by foreign governments. Venezuela, that might be a little bit more worth it to us since it's so close to home, but we don't know. Like, at least I don't know. What do you guys think? And I'm gonna play, I'll play more footage of stuff going on. And these were the helicopters that the special forces went through, in case you didn't know. They're Chinooks. Taiwan and Japan are important to us too. That is true. Living history. Yeah, you are living in history. This shows our strength. Also, people need to be reminded. That is a good point, honestly. He will be jailed and charged with drug crimes. Yeah, probably so. Especially with the new attention we've been giving our hemisphere, new South American Command Department is a sign. Yeah. Strikes have not been happening right now. It seems like we're done with the strikes. Trump put out a statement that like we've already achieved what we wanted, which was to capture Nicolas Maduro and his wife. We literally captured them. Special forces went in, they grabbed them, and they got out. That's crazy to me. That's crazy. Okay, this is footage, and they've geolocated it, so we can look it up right here and see exactly where this was. So this is Google Maps, and you can look up the coordinates. So this is where they striked. Caracas is right here. This is northeast, East Caracas, right on the beach. That's where that first explosion was. Can you guys see that? I don't know if you can. Let me redo that. Boom. Can you guys see that? Trump ran the fade for real, for real. Yeah, they probably went back to sleep. It's 4 a.m. and they probably don't have anything else they want to do for it. Yo, if you're on YouTube and you're watching, make sure to sub. I'd really appreciate it. Jared on an Island, if you're watching on TikTok still. Wow. Yeah, that's crazy. Let's look at more of the coordinates. Okay, so that was this explosion right here where we just looked at East Caracas. Okay. This biggest explosion, let's look at where that was. This is the biggest explosion of the night. So this was the port, North Caracas, right there. Wow. Wow. Interesting. Interesting, so that's where it was. And just so you guys know, like this is where that plane was flying, like right here. That refueling tank plane. Wow, crazy stuff, guys. Crazy stuff tonight. Crazy stuff. Is it confirmed Maduro was captured? Where can you find the tweet? It was on Truth Social. It was Trump's Truth Social right here. Crazy. Crazy. Okay, look. Yeah, can't believe you guys are here for this. Yeah, make sure to follow me. I'm on X too. All the same name, Jared on an island. I usually post funny stuff, but I'll make sure to keep track of this because this is crazy. This is world news, man. Okay, let's look. Why didn't Maduro use the Saddam Hussein hiding spot method? Because he's probably in on it. See, like this guy was asking, was he in on the plans? And like, did he give up or what? Because nobody knew where he was. His inner circle. Some of them probably knew. They were probably with him. Yeah, he had to have known. He had to have known, because then he would have been hiding if he didn't know, you know? Alright, let's see if that plane's still up. Yep. It's still flying around. Still, I guess maybe they're not done or something. I don't know. Wow. Crazy stuff. Crazy. Alright, let's look and refresh just to check. Yeah, they got him. This is pretty big for history. Like this is something you'd see in the history books, you know. Wow. Yeah, they either someone sold. I don't think someone sold him out because it was too fast. He would have fought back, or he would have had his security team fight with him. But it seems like nobody even like. Will we see footage of you know, his security team fighting U.S. forces? We don't know. Blake, bro, you missed everything, bro. We captured Maduro and his wife. Slow APC, yeah, I mean, listen, bro, they have old technology. The Venezuelan military is like decades behind. Think of like it's like old Russian warfare stuff. Yeah, this happened way too quick. No, I don't think they sold him out. I think he was in on it. He was like, okay, the U.S. can capture me at this point. Yeah, bro. So Zach, you don't think he's in on it? Why? We as in America, man. If I'm saying we, like, yeah. Bro just gave up and said, y'all got me. Well, they're gonna take his wife because that's like his close immediate family. I mean, they're gonna be like humane about it, you know. He's the leader of a country. This is why it's such a big deal that Ukraine tried to attack Putin's place, because leaders are off limits. Leaders are off limits. They won't try to, you know, end them in war. Who's allies with Venezuela? Well, Russia helps them a lot in terms of economy. So does China. Okay, I'm gonna drink water, so you're gonna hear a gulp, sorry. Yeah, nobody's reporting drone shootouts, so either they all, you know, got quick scoped, or there was no one shooting. Yeah, I guess his wife would be extremely important, considering he's like dictator, as they say, supposedly. Alright, let's see. Okay, it was carried out by U.S. Army's 1st Special Force Operational Detachment Delta 1st SFODD, known commonly as Delta Force. Wow. Wow, that's crazy. Crazy stuff. Yep. Padron Lopez is a goner. Yeah, I want to see him make a speech. I want to see Maduro make a speech. For sure. SEAL team, hit him with the lights out, smoke, night vision, and straight capture. Yeah. He's going to get charged for crimes. Yeah. Now, whether or not those crimes are legit, we'll see. We'll see, because he claims he has no connection with the cartels or Russia or Iran, but we'll see what happens. Wow, that's crazy, guys. So it seems like everyone's kind of like leaving TikTok. That's okay. I know that it's restricted. Next time I'm gonna probably make my face bigger so that doesn't happen, but so that we don't get restricted. But make sure, if you're still watching on TikTok, I'm sure you enjoyed watching. Never be afraid to reach out to me. I'll take any feedback that you have. Follow on TikTok, then go to YouTube, Jared on an Island, and sub there. It would really mean a lot to watch on YouTube. But yeah, we're gonna wrap this up in the next 5-10 minutes. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll answer as much as I can. But yeah, sub on YouTube. That would be the nicest thing you could do for me. Okay. Yeah, so I'll just answer any questions for the next 5 minutes, and then we'll head out, and then I'll be back maybe for the Trump live stream of what's talked about. Yeah, Trump probably has talked about this to China and Russia, because I mean, this is the big thing to do. Oh wow, Caracas International Airport is under the US military control. What? So that means there has to be forces there. Natalie, you're a smart girl. But in this case, I think this is just US's interest. We operate under their interest, but like in this case, it's better just for the US. We do things independently too. Okay, so how does the leadership now work in Venezuela? Well, because they killed the next two in line, I believe, there's going to be some military general who's going to take charge, most likely, if not a complete change in government. The military themselves, like, people don't want to be exploded, we'll say that. So these guys are going to give up their position for whoever the US tells them is in charge, and it probably will be the opposition government, if not a general who thinks he can take on the US, which he probably won't. So it's going to be the opposition, which is like some woman, like democratic figure. She just won like a Nobel Peace Prize, I believe. I don't, like, obviously it's propaganda, but they'll probably put her in charge. Wonder if the US took the Maria Corino out of the Venezuela to Norway, so she's out of danger, and they might bring her back so she becomes a leader. Yes, exactly. Do you think there were any US casualties? I mean, if there was, it's going to be extremely low, like 1 or 2, but I don't think there was many. I really don't think there was many. Wow. So yeah, if we got their president, we captured Venezuela in 3 hours. So who was the other runner-up when Maduro illegally took position? I believe it was this woman, Maria Corino. I'm not too sure though. Yeah, we crippled Venezuela tonight to a point where they can't really come back. If they do, that would be crazy. You should hope that they don't though, because it's not going to be worth it for anyone. Okay, here we go. Breaking news. Okay, in a brief interview with The Times, President Trump celebrated the success of the mission to capture Maduro. A lot of good planning and a lot of great troops and great people. It was a brilliant operation. When asked if he sought congressional authority on what is next for Venezuela, Trump said he will address those matters during his news conference at Mar-a-Lago in the morning. Okay, well, we'll be there. We'll be watching. So I believe it's 11 a.m. So that's 10 a.m. maybe. 10 a.m. Central Time. We'll see. So yeah, if you're still watching on TikTok, Jared on an Island on YouTube, it would mean a lot for me if you subbed there, because that's like where I want the most subs. YouTube or TikTok's just for me to be silly, really. But I like going on live on there too. But if you're on YouTube, thank you for watching. Yeah, I'll go live on here in TikTok again. Thank you, Nate. Thank you. That means a lot, man. Yeah. Do you think, let's see, if there are any U.S. casualties, you probably won't hear about it for a while. Yeah, you'll probably hear about it like 2 or 3 days from now. And Russia's still struggling with Ukraine. I know, right? Just proves a lot. Wow, guys. Crazy, crazy news. That's cool. So hopefully we see some footage of like soldiers on the ground just because it's cool to look out. Yeah, he's probably bringing him to Mar-a-Lago to show him off or something. That would be funny. All right, let's check other sources. Yeah, I think that's gonna be it for tonight, guys. If breaking news comes out, I'll go live again. But I don't think there's gonna be more. Let's see if that flight is still up. Yeah, it's still there. It's still circling. Maybe job's not done. Okay. All right, guys. Anything else you guys have questions about? Yeah, bro. No, yeah, as soon as I heard about this, I was like, I need to hop on. I just need to talk this out because I was like, oh my gosh, like I was just gonna watch it and see what happens as I play video games, but no, I just had to go live. Yeah, okay, they didn't shoot down any aircraft because we've been hacking, destroying, kind of messing with the ground country already. Like, the CIA's been down there. They're not going to tell you this, but we've been damaging their air defenses already, and we've been keeping track of, we've been doing surveillance, keeping track of all defenses across the board. So yeah, I think we've had that covered for a while. So, and plus, what is there to shoot down? Helicopters. They probably are flying too low. You got to remember, the Venezuelan Air Force and military is like 80s Russian technology, so not the most powerful thing ever, so yeah. Okay. Yeah, like their military, like I've said before, their Air Force is so outdated that you can see it on Flight Radar 24. Okay, so like if you ever see military aircraft from Venezuela flying, you'll see it on here. That's like how outdated their systems are. We can watch it ourselves. Padrino is alive. I haven't seen that anywhere, but we'll see. He put out a video, but that doesn't mean he's alive. It could be a pre-recorded video. Oh, here it is. Yeah, survive tonight. Oh wow, you're right, bro. Drew1283, you're right. Okay, let's watch this. Okay, we don't have a translation though, but this could be pre-recorded. Let's see what comments are saying while it plays in the corner. Could this be pre-recorded? What the heck is my typing?
Hasta el momento, la barbarie de las fuerzas invasoras que han profanado nuestro suelo sagrado en las localidades de Fuerte Tiuna, Caracas, los estados Miranda, Aragua y La Guaira, llegando a impactar con sus misiles y cohetes disparados desde sus helicópteros de combate.
Okay, some people are saying that he is saying that they're not going to back down.
Estamos ya levantando la información
vowing to resist any foreign troops following the U.S. strike. Okay.
Este ataque ruin y cobarde que amenaza la paz y estabilidad de la región, elevamos la más contundente denuncia ante la comunidad internacional y todos los
It's not
organismos
pre-recorded. Wow.
multilaterales
Okay.
para que se condene al gobierno norteamericano por la flagrante violación de la Carta de las Naciones
Oops.
Buenos días, libertadores, y que hoy estamos llamados a defender
Okay.
con la misma. Buenos días, pueblo heroico
Dylan's gonna translate. Apparently he knows. Let's listen.
de Venezuela, soldados y soldadas de la patria, hijos e hijas de Bolívar. La Fuerza Armada Nacional Bolivariana informa al mundo entero que en la madrugada de hoy, 3 de enero, el pueblo venezolano ha sido objeto de la más criminal agresión militar por parte del gobierno de los Estados Unidos de Norteamérica. Hasta el momento, la barbarie de las fuerzas invasoras que han profanado nuestro suelo sagrado en las localidades de Fuerte Tiuna, Caracas, los estados Miranda, Aragua y La Guaira, llegando a impactar con sus misiles y cohetes disparados desde sus helicópteros de combate en urbanismos de población civil, para lo cual estamos ya levantando la información referente a heridos y muertos. Frente a este ataque ruin y cobarde que amenaza la paz y estabilidad de la región, elevamos la más contundente denuncia ante la comunidad internacional y todos los organismos multilaterales para que se condene al gobierno norteamericano por la flagrante violación de la Carta de las Naciones Unidas y del derecho internacional. La Venezuela libre, independiente y soberana rechaza con toda la fuerza de su historia libertaria la presencia de estas tropas extranjeras que solo han dejado a su paso muerte, dolor y destrucción. Esta invasión representa el ultraje más grande que ha sufrido el país, que responde a la insaciable codicia de nuestros recursos estratégicos. Muy lejos de una supuesta lucha contra el narcoterrorismo, esta deplorable acción busca forzar definitivamente un cambio de régimen y someternos a los designios espurios del imperialismo norteamericano, pisoteando el derecho inalienable a la autodeterminación por el que lucharon nuestros libertadores y que hoy estamos llamados a defender con la misma dignidad. Por eso, en esta hora infausta, invoco el coraje que heredamos de los libertadores, quienes nos enseñaron que la dignidad no se negocia y que la patria es un valor supremo. Nos han atacado, pero no nos doblegarán. Unidos, soldado y pueblo, formaremos un muro de resistencia indestructible. Nuestra vocación es la paz, pero nuestra herencia es la lucha por la libertad. Nosotros, que extendemos la mano en hermandad, hoy cerramos el puño en defensa de lo nuestro. Unámonos, que en la unión del pueblo encontraremos la fortaleza para resistir y vencer. En medio de esta embestida imperial, hago un llamado ferviente a la serenidad y a la cordura, a mantener la unidad y la calma. La desesperación es aliada del invasor. La entereza es el escudo de la patria. No cedamos ante el pánico que el enemigo quiere sembrar. Evitemos el caos y la anarquía, que son armas tan letales como
Okay,
la
that
bomba.
isn't working.
Demostremos al mundo la fibra de la que estamos hechos. Seamos resilientes, mantengamos la entereza en la adversidad y pongamos en marcha todos los planes de defensa nacional para los cuales nos hemos venido preparando. Por ello, y en cumplimiento de la Constitución de la República Bolivariana de Venezuela, la Ley Orgánica sobre los Estados de Excepción y la Ley Orgánica de Seguridad de la Nación, respaldamos irrestrictamente el decreto de estado de conmoción exterior en todo el territorio nacional y, en consecuencia, los hombres y mujeres de la Fuerza Armada Nacional Bolivariana, cumpliendo instrucciones del ciudadano Nicolás Maduro Moros, presidente constitucional de la República Bolivariana de Venezuela, nuestro comandante en jefe, desplegaremos todas nuestras capacidades para la defensa integral de la nación, el restablecimiento del orden y la paz. Por ende, activaremos en todo el espectro del espacio geográfico nacional y en perfecta fusión popular, militar, policial, la puesta en completo apresto operacional a través del despliegue masivo de todos los medios terrestres, aéreos, navales, fluviales y misilísticos. Sistemas de armas para la defensa integral, con el propósito de asegurar la integración de los elementos del poder nacional en la misión de enfrentar las amenazas imperiales, formando un solo bloque de combate. El honor, el deber y la historia nos llaman. Que el grito de la patria libre retumbe en cada rincón. La victoria es nuestra, porque la razón y la dignidad nos acompañan. Nosotros venceremos. ¡Que viva la patria!
He looks scared, honestly. Okay, Dylan, what did he say, man? Dylan was translating for us, and he said that he was basically just recapping and that they're gonna defend themselves. Sources in the Venezuelan opposition tell Sky News that tonight's operation to capture Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro and his wife was part of a negotiated exit, so he was in on it. Maduro was in on it. Okay, guys. Alright, bro. Okay. I think that's gonna be it for now, guys. I'll come back online tomorrow. If he was in on it, why would the strikes be needed? To destroy military installations so that Venezuela is just weaker overall, and they don't have to fight back against obvious like generals who are gonna stick up for it, for the country. They're gonna activate the army, civil guard, navy, air force, and missiles, and the police force to defend. Okay, we'll see. We'll see what they do, because they won't be able to strike America, and we already got what we wanted there, so we'll see what happens. Alright, again, this is going to be the final time I say this, so I would appreciate it if you do it. If you're on TikTok, follow. If you're on YouTube, subscribe. Jared on an Island. I'll be live tomorrow watching Trump's announcement. I'll play it on here. There's two news sites that I look at on Twitter. OSINT Defender and Rerum Novarum, okay? Official RNINTEL, okay? And then the other one is Scent Defender, okay? If you want, I'll send it to you on Twitter. Just follow me on there, or just message me if you want, and yeah, I'll tell you there. And then of course Flight Radar 24. It's pretty good. Gangy, the news is already over, bro. I mean, we'll come back in a couple hours, I guess, to watch Trump's message, but yeah, sub on YouTube, please. It would mean a lot. Yeah, thank you guys. All right.